Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about my top 15 best date night fragrances winter edition. Fragrances that are guaranteed to impress your date and to make you smell very attractive. Sexy and sensual, we have all budgets in this list. Let's do it. Starting off with a bang, we have Manhattan from Roja. Literally one of the best date night fragrances that you could possibly wear. It is a boozy, fresher tobacco scent with coconut and spice. It is so unique. You will not smell like any other guy that she's gone out with in the past. A bit sparkling and effervescent with this beautiful kind of dominant coconut vibe. And vanilla mixed in, it smells like a very fancy upper class lounge. There's citrus and lavender with a beautiful ginger note. With benzoin, it is incredibly complex with a note breakdown literally a mile long, so I'm not gonna bore you with that. It just really gives you the sensation of big city lights and New York City's energy. It is truly beautiful, and once you experience it, you can't go back. Manhattan from Roja. Next up, we have Givenchy Gentleman Reserve Prive. Forget about Dior Homme Parfum 2025. Just get this instead, it's way better. This is boozy, rich orris butter with chestnuts, a really nice kind of nutty facet to the scent. The iris is so smooth, it's sophisticated, with some bad boy vibes at the same time, which is very sexy by the way. A very classy and alluring fragrance, and this one also really has a strong feeling of romance, which is why it is perfect for a date night. It smells like a true gentleman, an amazing designer fragrance. Another New York City inspired fragrance is Urban Oud from Habibi, New York. This is such a gem niche fragrance house. Everything that I smell from them, I just get more and more impressed with this house. This is a stunning rose patchouli scent with some woodiness. It just oozes this sensuality and just invites you in. It really draws you in. It's hypnotic. There are some incredibly sexy spices in here, like nutmeg, pepper, and saffron. It kind of gives it a hint of something kind of exotic, but it also has this kind of creamy, rich orris butter. It's resinous and woody in the base. It just smells stylish and put together. I just can't get over it, and this house also has crazy amazing price points. It is the perfect house to get into and to discover if you're just getting into niche fragrances, and they're USA based. Urban Oud from Habibi, New York. Next up, we have MYSLF Le Parfum. Now this is romance in a bottle. I love the Eau de Parfum version, but the Le Parfum is your secret weapon for a date night. It brings a new level of depth with this smooth vanilla. It's definitely more complex feeling than the Eau de Parfum. There's some more weight to this, and it's not overly sweet too, which I like. There's some black pepper with orange blossom. Orange blossom is really the star of the show in this fragrance, with vanilla and patchouli and woods. It is a no-brainer, and the orange blossom really brings all the romance to the scent, like a really sexy, fun, romantic energy. You'll smell like a Casanova wearing MYSLF Le Parfum. From the YSL private line, we have Tuxedo, and with the name Tuxedo, you know it's going to smell classy. This is a very upscale vanilla with patchouli, like a patchouli vanilla combo. It is addictive and perfect for like a suit and tie kind of date night occasion, something a little more dressy, or just when you really want to make a statement and you really want to stand out. It's well balanced. There's some coriander and violet leaves. It just feels really rounded. Really, really nice, and it is a total icon. Tuxedo from YSL. Next up, we have Boss Bottled Absolu, and I have to just say it. This is sex in a bottle. Like the definition of a sex in a bottle perfume. And also the #1 designer release of 2024, hands down, easily. It is just perfect in my eyes. It just does it for me. It's this incensey, kind of leathery scent with a big dose of myrrh that comes off kind of sweet, like it's being burned, like it's melting. There's patchouli, divana. Every time I smell this, I get happy, guys. It puts a smile on my face. There's some Divana in the base with cedar. It is very loud and bold, and this leaves the most hypnotic scent trail. It is the perfect third date fragrance, if you get what I'm saying. Sex in a bottle. It is incredible and it is guaranteed to turn your date on. Like, this stuff is kryptonite for women. Catnip for women, panty dropper, whatever you want to call it, this is going to get the job done. Boss Bottled Absolu. So a new release from Scentologia, we have Obsidian. And this is going to be the perfect fragrance for someone that wants to make a very strong entrance to any room that you walk in. And also someone that really just expresses themselves with their fragrance. Someone with a very loud, strong personality that also loves exotic fragrances. This is a rose saffron scent with a lot of density and richness. And once again, it's kind of a theme. This has a beautiful orris butter and vanilla combination with patchouli and cashmere wood, which makes it feel very rich. But the center stage of this fragrance, especially as it makes its way into the dry down, is this very dry, slightly sweet saffron mixed with some rose petals. It's an extrait de parfum. It's very powerful. It is an amazing release from Scentologia and a must try if you love saffron and you want a very dominant rose, spicy, dry saffron scent. Obsidian from Scentologia. Next up, we have Zefiro from Xerjoff. Now this one is a true hidden gem from the house, especially in the 1861 collection. You know, we see Decus and Naxos getting a lot of attention, but this one is kind of overlooked and it is beautiful. This is really crafted and composed around elemi and resins. This really rich and beautiful frankincense and amber, contrasted with a really interesting white wine accord and cinnamon and cardamom and honey. It's sweet and sparkling, truly unique, mysterious, but fresh at the same time. You will smell unlike anyone when you're wearing this. It is fantastic and beautiful if you want a very quality kind of sparkling resinous scent. Zefiro from Xerjoff. Next up is Male Le Parfum. I finally got the icon in my collection. This is probably one of the most grown-up Jean Paul Gaultier fragrances that you can wear. And this is going to also have, like, I don't know if I'm just so upset about DHP 2025, but this is also going to be a better option and it's going to have a much more dominant iris feeling than DHP 2025, a fresher and stronger iris. But I wouldn't really say that they smell similar though, but this is still going to be a better option. This has cardamom and lavender with iris and vanilla. A lot of sweetness in this as well, but for some reason, I like the sweetness in here way more than in DHP 2025. And even though it has that big dose of sweetness, it's not as sweet as things like Le Male Elixir, other things from Jean Paul Gaultier. Overall, it's just a better fragrance in my opinion, and I love the black bottle. Next, we have a fragrance that I truly adore. This is Wood Whisper from Ojar. This is going to be the perfect fragrance for a guy that wants a quote-unquote softer fragrance. Not in performance, this is definitely not a light performing scent, but it's not like a sweet tobacco vanilla bomb. It's more like not a skin scent, because once again, it's not a soft performing scent, but it's a little bit more natural, kind of like laundry, but not in a too clean way. It's kind of hard to describe exactly, but essentially it's just for someone that wants something a little more toned down and not too sweet lavender, like a sweet sugary bomb, like a lot of designer fragrances can be. A little bit more natural, calming, one of those types of scents that could be just how you smell naturally, but with a very interesting twist. This is all about a very luxurious, rich cashmere note with creamy sandalwood and a semi-musky vanilla. There's a really beautiful, very minimal kind of plummy fruitiness in the background. It's not too vanillic and it's not too fruity. Really, this fragrance is all about cashmere and a clean musk with a little bit of sweetness in the background. It is gorgeous, seriously fantastic. And Ojar is another house that pretty much across the board is very impressive. And it's a house that I would love to dive more into in 2025. And you can find Ojar over on Max Aroma, Wood Whisper over on Max Aroma, and you can save 10% with my code Erica10, Wood Whisper from Ojar. So next we have a fragrance for someone that has the opposite personality of someone that would want something like Wood Whisper. We have SOHO from Supers Budapest. This is for someone that wants to smell incredibly fun and outgoing and loud and playful, ultra flirty. This also has tobacco and coconut, but it does it in a different way than Manhattan from Roja, like in a totally different way. This is more sweet and it's kind of like a pulpy, like the meat of the coconut. There's some gourmand elements and exotic spice, super, super aromatic. There's nutmeg and saffron with cinnamon and patchouli. It is a forever love for me and perfect if you want to smell like the life of the party. SOHO from Supers Budapest. Next up is Kayaan Classic from Alwatania. This is a really quality cheapie. You can pick this one up for around like 30 bucks, but it does not smell like it should be priced that low. This is another type of like romance in a bottle scent. It smells like a very creamy, lipsticky iris with orange and bergamot and vanilla. It is a pretty simple scent. It's not overly complicated or anything like that, but honestly, you can never go wrong with iris as a man, especially on a date. It really just elevates any occasion, and if you're shopping on a budget, this is incredible. It literally smells at least 10 times more expensive than it is. It smells like a luxury fragrance. The quality is here. Beautiful. Kayaan Classic from Alwatania. Another icon and staple in the fragrance community is Jazz Club from Maison Margiela. But please, whatever you do not pay retail for this. I'm going to link it for an amazing price down below. This is coziness in a bottle. I just love it. It's tobacco with this kind of honey sweetness. There's boozy vanilla with a really nice like vanillic sweetness, and it makes it really unisex. This is sexy and a power move on a woman as well. It's supposed to make you feel like you're in a very sexy, secret speakeasy jazz club. It's kind of a drier tobacco with vanilla and rum. There's vetiver and clary sage. It is an icon for a reason. Jazz Club from Maison Margiela. Another release that truly killed it last year was Eau de Ombre Leather from Tom Ford. This is so nice, you guys. This is the type of scent that when you smell it, it just makes your eyes roll into the back of your head. Like, it's so good. There's cardamom and ginger with coriander, with leather and vanilla and Ambrofix. This, in my opinion, is the most wearable and versatile ombre leather. And it's interesting because the leather is here. It's like a really beautiful, smooth suede leather. It's not quite as dominant as it is in the other two flankers of ombre leather. This one is a little bit more spiced and vanillic, but it is so alluring. Eau de Ombre Leather from Tom Ford, and it's one of the more affordable lines from Tom Ford. And we're gonna wrap up the video with La Nuit de L'Homme from YSL. Nearly 15 years in a row of being a top go-to date night fragrance. Dropping all the panties since 2009. This is aromatic lavender with cardamom, just a killer combination, a killer sexy combination. There's cedar and bergamot and vetiver. YSL really got it right with this one. It is the definition of attractiveness. It is inviting and sensual and fresh and attention holding. It is not the longest lasting fragrance. It is true, but for the price that you can get it, it just makes up for it. It's okay. Just spray a little bit more, and it's for a date night. It doesn't need to last all night long. I don't care what anyone says. This fragrance is a must-have in every man's collection. It is truly iconic. La Nuit de L'Homme from YSL. But yeah, guys, that was just my top 15 best date night fragrances for the winter. Please leave a comment down below. What is your go-to date night fragrance? I would love to know what you think. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you so much, and I will see you next time. Bye.